Guys, and welcome to Possible Pictures. We're here in Miami, and of course, brought to you by Revving. So, guys, I'm here with Alex, who's actually the co-founder and president of AdVolution. It's so lovely to have you on, man.
What AdVolution does is we focus on enabling talent, actors, athletes, influencers, musicians to aggregate their first-party fan data, understand who their fans are for the first time, and expand their brand partnerships. So instead of just getting paid to be in a commercial, which has historically been the sort of endorsement model, they can now get paid to be in the commercial and help distribute the commercial to their fans. And in doing so, they're not only creating a new revenue stream for themselves, but they're also providing a new value add to the brands that they partner with. Because at the end of the day, the brands really want to reach the fans of their spokesperson, and those are the people that are going to stop and listen because they know and they like the voice that they're hearing on the TV or on their phone or wherever that ad is being displayed.
Yeah, of course. Oh, mate, incredible. And like I said, thank you so much for coming down. And you mentioned this is the second time that you're here now. I guess if you got anything that you're excited for over the next couple of days, or anything interesting that's happening that you're being involved in, or just kind of that you're excited for?
For us as a relatively young company, we're evolving so quickly. It's important to be out at these events and keeping people pacing with the speed at which we're innovating.
What is the biggest challenge that you guys are seeing out there in the space?
Influencer marketing is an amazing space. It's growing really, really, really quickly. A lot of the industry bodies estimate it'll be a $40 billion business this year, which is insane.
Yeah.
The biggest challenge, though, with that space is it's growing so quickly because it works, but it doesn't always work. And the reason it doesn't always work is because when brands are selecting the talent that they work with, they don't have enough data, they don't have enough information. And so a lot of times they end up picking the wrong celebrity, the wrong spokesperson, the wrong creator. And so what we're focused on is bringing intelligence to that marketplace that so badly needs it.
Yeah.
And despite limited data, it's already overall performing really well, and that's why it's growing. But there's so much more potential when we can bring intelligence to that matchmaking process.
Yeah, it's so interesting to be able to, like you said there, be able to enhance that data to find the best audiences for the campaign. So it's incredible. So that's obviously why you guys are doing so well.
Yeah. I mean, we hope so. It's we're seeing a lot of interest in what we're doing. We're still relatively early, but seeing some really, really exciting opportunities. Brands are starting to really lean into this idea.
Yeah.
We talk to brands and we ask them, how did you select whoever to be that spokesperson? And 99% of them will say, honestly, it was a random relationship. It was gut vibes, good feels. We knew they were an authentic match because they posted on their socials, or they use our product, or they like our product. But we had no idea if they were actually going to work with our customer base because they've had no insight into who the fans are of that celebrity.
Yeah.
And so that's the unique, totally differentiated piece of data that we're now bringing into that equation. So it's not just about finding the right authentic partner, certainly an important capability, but it's also finding the authentic partner who has the right customer set for you.
Of course. I guess, look, 2026, I think there's so many exciting and amazing things happening right now. I guess what would be your the thing that you're looking forward to this year? Is there anything that you think is really going to go and take off this year?
Yeah, I'd probably say excited that influencer marketing is continuing to gain traction and adoption. Excited that brands are aware of the challenge that they're having in that space. The other thing I'm excited about is that talent's now finally waking up to the fact that they don't own their own fan data. They've been sort of unconsciously disintermediated from their own fans by social platforms and really all the different platforms that they use to engage with their fans. If you think about talent, they primarily engage with their fans through social platforms, which they don't get, they don't actually own the fan relationship. Meta does, YouTube does, TikTok does. But they also engage with their fans through bio-link platforms, merchandising platforms, ticketing platforms. And so all of these platforms actually own their fan data, and talent's starting to wake up to the fact that their most valuable asset, their fans, they don't have a direct relationship with. And so they're starting to get behind what we're doing. And, we're starting to create change in the industry where they're demanding, rights to that. And so that, that's going to really, really, really change how we're able to bring value into this marketplace, because we're going to have more and more really high quality first party data signal.
Yeah, of course. like I said, it's been such a pleasure. I'm so excited to see what else the next couple of days has in store. But yeah, look, thank you so much for coming down.
Thanks for having me.
No worries.